black. You know what I'm saying? KOTD, Chamber Battles. This is the last word. I am the host with the most. Get your dumb ass smoked. Y'all could have did better than that, but I'm gonna let it slide. Make some motherfucking noise one time. I got my boy Keegz with me. Go ahead and talk to the people, man.
It's Keegz. This is one that has a lot of history for the local scene. These guys have actually battled before. They've been battling with Chamber Battles for a long time.
8 years.
Let's go. Was the first one 8 years ago? This is the rematch from 8 years?
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot to talk about.
It's serious.
We're going to introduce.
White people.
We're going to introduce on my right.
Archon, hey, I don't know no six god, another Yum God. Shout out to the clothing sponsor, Yum Clothing. Shout out Mako Myers. Let's fucking get it cracking, man. Let's fucking go.
And MC to my left, introduce yourself.
What's up, Bart Pimpson, Seaside, Monterey. Let's go, Central Coast. Hey. 5 years later, saying free Matt Gandhi, free my partner Drew. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Rest in peace, RJ. Rest in pease, Big Easy. Let's do this shit. Y'all go first. All right. The story begins 8 years ago. Stay fly, Seaside, 2012. My first video to YouTube ever filmed. We was only 16. I still killed you for real. Remember your mixtape you should have kept on the shelf. Now there's gonna be some history repeating itself. I'm gonna beat your ass so bad I'm gonna be beating myself. Times has changed. You got fat. Look like you eating yourself. Now fuck that weak shit. Now I know what you're thinking. This is a battle of whiteness. One is dripping and one is a reject. But the difference between us is written in pieces. See how I hooked him in with my first bars? It's a catchy start of my thesis. If I can paint you the picture on where he's from, forget a spoon, this guy has a silver tongue. A psychological liar since young. You speak shit never done. His last name is Lembo. Sounds like Lambo. See how his wealth can ride up into one? This shit is a body, a homie, a genetically modified cancer-catching case. Meaning you will die tonight in front of me, no problem. Your deathbed and bars. I'm gonna make the crowd sleep on your place. Now before we move on, I've got the typical angle to lay, but tell me something, Archon. Why does your name sound like Arcane? Why did it go from Charlay to the change? And why is that, for a fact, Bailey, Eric, Derek, Swish, and Pat all switch lanes? Why do they all have the same strange thing to explain? That after high school, for the life of you, you can never get laid. Fuck delivery. Fuck delivery. I got real dirt. His family fortunes will leave you amazed. All the money in the world, and the kid's got no game. What a shame. Plus, I heard his dad actually flies private jet planes. Now, Philip Lembo is a CEO of a company. Now, Philip Lembo. All right, you can see it on the camera then. Paperwork time. So, Philip Lembo is a CEO.
Give me one.
Philip Lembo is a CEO of a company called Cyber Data Corporation. Google it, I'm not kidding. Annual revenue is $4.8 million a year. Is there something y'all not getting? This is the lie that he is living. You're supposed to rap what you live, so when you hear my shit, you're gonna feel like quitting. Because we were cool for a short time and setting, but everyone around you clowned you, bounced out, your feelings felt upsetting. You're from Pebble Beach, Charles. There's still not a thing you're regretting that I'm King Henry VIII to this bitch boy and bathing ape. Watch if he's still alive somehow after this beheading. Now who? A little different style. He's got a little different style, but you gotta fuck with it, alright? Alright, hold it down, let me rap. No, I'm not done. I got one question. Now who got all the riches? And you ain't got no bitches. You can't beat me, so take this L and feel how the Cid is vicious. Anarchy in the mix, Sex Pistols on your bitch, we burning down Archon's bridges. Now at this point in your life, God can't save your queen or your family business. I know about your past, bro, and this cash flow, so we're gonna get to these statistics. Woo! Make some noise, bro. Make some noise. Come on. I didn't mean to disrespect you that way. It's battle rap. No disrespect.
Hey, hold it the fuck down, goddammit. Talk.
You're supposed to tell him.
Okay.
All right, for sure. All right, man.
what I'm saying? Hey!
Hold it down.
You know what,
Respect
Shay?
MCs.
It's good to see you. How you been, dog? You know, how's the family? You know, I often found it's handy to distract my opponent right before I'm about to float his career down the Ganges. But I remember when we first battled, you was a hungry cat with something that you was trying to prove. Everybody you battled always got the gist of what you was trying to do, but after you battled Maniacal and Migs, you fell off. Details became unreliable as shit. Nobody could find a sign of you. Hey, you know, I'm glad you're back in action, but god damn, that glass dick has not been kind to you. Look at him, I bet he's feeling anxious. Your whole crew be the type to be in court, prosecutor reading statements. And like you said, I ain't a gangster, but I still roll with dudes who lift up gauges to check temperatures like they work in heating maintenance.
Yeah, you do.
But you a big factor, huh? A gangster's gangster. There's a reason I call Bart a great loser. He's the only dude I know that went from a straight shooter to a weight mover and still ain't shit. Who you recognize by? Your status in anything is basically crepuscular. Clearly no one told Bart that if you deal drugs, don't become your own best customer. But you can drop the gangsta act because you ain't never made no bangers clap. Only thing you gonna do is throw bars at me. Only clapping he's used to hearing in his section is some porn star's ass cheeks. But who cares what you think? I work hard for my spot. I can never bullshit it. This dude's a Minnesota scalper, man. He's always selling wolf tickets. He said, I'll be pulling up to your residence with the heat. I'm real shifty. But the evidence is he pulled up, walked up with the heat, said that'll be 1550. So now that we've established you ain't down with no drilling, you'll knock it off, God willing. And as this little bitch gets all in his feelings, solid uppercut gonna take him straight through the ceiling. This battle remind me of John Lennon's death. I only need one round to kill him.
Make some noise for that round right there. All right, top of round 2.
Told y'all, this shit got some history.
It's beef.
I got some drugs for you.
It's beef.
All right. Now, money can't bring you happiness if you don't find love right. This is death row sitting in shotgun. Suge run him over and take what is life like. Pocket check when you land this fade. This is the one night you won't take flight. I can see the puck in his way. So when I'm done, you gonna finally feel what it's like to hate life. 8 years pass and you're fat as fuck, so that shows you weren't made right. Since whatever he wanted in sight, no matter the price, he never had to work for it either. All your 7 albums you put out got bleaker, but your releases felt so eager. Actual facts, this guy spent 5 racks on a deposit to headline the Salinas Fox Theater. His thoughts of profit weren't very cautious. He couldn't forecast his losses neither. Total attendance, the shit was horrendous. Let me tell you, there was only 20 people in the bleachers. With the position you're in, you should have put Bass and more believers. Instead, you balled out a Maniacal because he's built like Derek Jeter. Homie. Fuck that shit. Baseball bat over here. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Position you're in, you should have put Bass and more believers. Instead, you bowed out a Maniacal because he's built like Derek Jeter. Homie could have gave back to our scene and brought back some major features like a Mozzie or a 40 verse. Maybe hit up his neighbor first. Who's that? Fucking Justin Bieber. But you make strange music. No Brother Lynch hung, so I'll cut him with a meat cleaver. I spit that lavish dope, give you that placebo. Bitches feeling X-rated and T-nutty type demeanor. Speaking of demeanor, your character was raised from extravagant family vacations. So your rap battles in Fresno, I'm sure were some awkward situations. I always thought you were trash, especially with the music you make. It's tasteless, I hate it. Since I know you're insecure with anything or anyone that isn't from where you from, you spitting image closet racist. Now I can't wait for the day that your dad crashes his G6 on a flight out to Vegas. Ends up stranded in the desert drinking piss and still dying from dehydration. Then your mother's neck can get snapped by the side of the propeller. Ligaments gutted to the bone so tender. It's assertive. There's nothing I will censor. Just know the death of his parents is the end of an era. Rich people, Rockefeller. Slight touch. talk about his inheritance, well, that's millions for the splendor. But you should follow your parents' lead up to heaven soon and go out on a bender. I don't give a shit what you're flexing. I'm not much of a jealous feller, but fuck you and your family's prestigious wine cellar. I think you look blind, deaf, and dumb when you rap with that stutter. Look, y'all, this is Malibu's most Helen Keller. That's it, round 2.
For round 2.
You are.
3-1.
All right. Bart Pimpson.
It's me.
Hey, hold it down.
Hey! Hold it down in the back.
Bart Pimpson. That is the most unoriginal name I've ever heard of. Like, word up, you dead-ass ripped that from a cartoon. I can see you're slipping. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to rebrand myself then. Let's see. I'm fat, as you said. I'm white. And I think I'm some kind of Irish. Hey, from now on, everybody call me Skeeter Griffin. And now I can see why you chose Bart. But how are you pimping when you fiending for hoes? How is he similar to Bart Simpson? Everything he talks about got old seasons ago. And since we're on the subject, the Simpsons comparisons have been beyond abundant with the fruits of its tree. You claim to be Bart, but that's not who you've been proven to be. I turned into comic book guy. He crusty because I can see the clown in him. In this battle rap shit, I'm Rainier Wolfcastle. You're more like a cross between Otto and Ralph Wiggum. Hey guys, but for real, Shalea is a real street shoulder. On his headstone, it's gonna talk about all the choppers he sprayed. Man, fuck anything you talking about, I will murder you in a properly way. Have your moms in the street screaming, talk to me, Shay. Piss on your burial plot, that's a watery grave. Me putting hands on you will shape and mold you like pottery clay. And speaking of raising kids, man, let me talk to my son in a fatherly way.
Nah.
Get him! Go get him! Get him! Bartholomew, I know...
Hey, Cowabunga! Cowabunga, motherfucker.
Bartholomew, I know it's been an adjustment, trust me, to know me and your mother have been bumping uglies, and I know you're mad because I smacked her when I smelled something musty, but she still fucking loves me. I completely understand your frustration. But don't come at your father like you down for some squabble and don't even lie to yourself. Call my left hook the world shaker, because when it hits, you gonna feel what the dinosaurs felt. Got my right queued up, this one known for popping haters. You try too much, I'll slice you up, because you are not a gangster. Fuck talking shit out, I'm a non-debater. I'll go straight for his jugular, that's Occam's razor. Your bitch compared my dick to a Ginsu blade, because it's hard and lethal. Pull the strap, I'll pull the blade. Government regulations, how I disarm your peoples. And he probably will be victorious. Is it because he tried so hard to beat you? Nah, it's because my parents always taught me to be fucking nice to retarded people. Whoa!
You know what? I am so glad you are giving my mother dick. Fuck it, I made it. I'm finally rich. Fuck you. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. You ain't my dad. You ain't shit. Hey. All right. Now I want the whole crowd right now to look up this man's SoundCloud. Google Archon. Money on my mind. Waste of time, fuck it. Look it up, search it and support it. Let me take you to the start of the second verse and I will bar for bar quote it. Used to be the young bull posted on the porches. Getting straight to it, no celebrity endorsement. What a load of horse shit. Bitch, your bloodline is corporate. The only cosign you'll ever get is from JP and Morgan. Go! So scroll through his playlist. Click title GTM. Unfortunately, I'll spit his lyrics again, but please skip to 30 seconds in. See, this quote is for the win. I was 10, maybe 12, and my pockets was on flat, so I asked my older homie to front me a couple stacks. How the fuck did you come up with that? Define you being a child with your pockets flat. Maybe for that cash advance you should have asked your dad. Since he was the older homie fronting you racks, you probably just forgot to mention that. See, I don't need to beat you with complexity and schemes that's decent. Our upbringing was different. Both of us had separate lives for a reason. While you were at prom, horny in your limo with your paid date, getting the silent treatment, I was in the cruise. I was in the cruise with a ball of dope on the block, chasing demons. I lost it all, and I hit bottom, but I really gained some meaning. So I hope you hear me, Charles, to adapt to when I'm speaking to you this evening. Living in your lies must be played out like a part for you. So for this next setup, it's time to choose the truth of the parasitic person that's inside of you and the whole reason why I lost respect for you. Now this shit's about to get personal. Rest in peace to my bro, Big Izzy. Killer whale forever. Bow to the AK. Tragedy. They took our dopest MC away way too soon. This is for all the pain his family and my friends are still going through, because I still remember you with you pulling that snake-ass move when you got your name in the local paper talking about Izzy like he was someone really close with you. And that is why I'm ashamed of you, and I never will hang with you. If I recall right, I called you a faggot is the last thing I texted you. It's another reason why I want to beat your ass when I'm next to you. What the fuck is really wrong with you? Taking the dead's name like that, in vain like that, for fame like that, shows truly you are a lame like that. Cheddar. Cheddar checking Charlie, smokes like a pussy, proves my point. He the real J-type cat. This the first time in his life hearing facts like that, so you'll forever be a sucker and never be great like that. You got a crusty, bummy beard with your face like that. Glad I got to tell you in person as a man that you're a bitch, straight like that. Now death hurts. I felt mine going close to the depths. When my dad took his last breath, a week later I had a noose ready round my neck. The feeling of grief had me crazy as shit. When you go insane and manage to get out of it, you grow stronger in the end if you focus to this shit. I'm just talking to you to see if you like how my shoes would fit, cause you've got it as good as it can get. So act grateful for what you got when you fly away in your daddy's private jet, bitch! Sorry. Sorry.
It's fucking beef. Hey. If you got the jet, be Batman, bro. It's cool. Be Batman. All right. Now it's on you.
I'm not gonna deny that shit.
Hold it down.
Hey. I'm not going to deny that shit about Big Izzy is true. But what you left out was something that I really thought you knew. His older brother hit me, said, thanks for saying what you said in the paper. So if you're coming at me, what does that really say about you?
You didn't know him.
That's in the past. But anyway, on the phone when we talked, you sounded so ecstatic. You said Thesaurus and Danny Myers are gonna be there. Let's give them a classic. Let's give them a classic. And that's not to knock them, because they have reputations with nothing to prove. So you try to find a worthy opponent. If this is what you think of me, then was I really the best you could do? The guy who hasn't had a good battle his whole career, who did it just for fun and changed his name halfway through the year, the guy no one respects, whose rep isn't worth a dime, somehow it's certain that this person's gonna put you in your prime, you're a fucking retard. But that's something you're gonna have to think about today, not tomorrow. That's a bad judgment call like your mom decided not to swallow. Hey, but for real, you brought a lot of people here. Clearly you know how to move something. You got your homies, but I'm Daniel in the lion's den. When I got dropped in, all I saw was a bunch of pussies who won't do none. Hey, yo, but you packed this bitch out. They really must be down to fuck with you. But I also hope they better be down to duck with you. Dude, why when you get in my face do you sound so uncomfortable? But he's a gangster, right? You seen someone get down in front of you? Let me tell y'all a story. Now, when Shay was 7, he had a real close friend. This friend had a father whose influence had no ends. He was a stand-up guy. He was good to his family. Even his enemies respected him. You know, they had an understanding. But one day, the boy's uncle made a power play. He set up a scheme. Threw his brother off a cliff. He fell slow motion like a dream. His body hit the ground with a thud, covered in blood. Shay couldn't believe what he was seeing, like he was stuck in the mud. He stopped in his tracks, tears running down his buggy eyes. What could he do, dog? He just saw somebody die. He's screaming and crying, heaving and dying. How could he help? He tried to think. And that's when his mom walked in the room, turned off the TV, and said, "No more Lion King." Now,
I love that movie.
Now, I know I'm white as shit. You pointed that out to me. But this dude is the epitome of the word cracker. A stupid bastard who hates people of color but still became a rapper. I'll put a roundhouse kick with this motherfucker's faces, you undercover racist. Talking to a black person, it's fuck the police, they perpetrate all evil. They murder Mexicans and blacks, they don't view them as people. When he's talking to his white friends, it's like, hey, yo, you know, Trayvon didn't get popped for nothing. I don't mean to be cynical, but he was a criminal. I tell you, that Zimmerman was really on to something. But ever since this guy met me, I've been half expecting to see him wearing white bed sheets, but I know he's under a cone of silence. This is the type of dumb motherfucker to blame Mexicans for the coronavirus. And as my Jewish friends would say, that is absolutely not kosher. So I'll continue to drop hard shit on you constantly, like I'm working a rock loader.
Go ahead, sorry.
Hold it down.
Shut up, dude. Hold it down. No, just go ahead.
So I'm gonna continue to drop hard shit on you constantly, like I'm working a rock loader. I'll still be at your door any day of the week, ready to just take you a notch lower. Fuck with me, you gonna have emergencies like you wore red a few blocks over. All right, and that's it. Cool, whatever.
That's it, yep.
Keep going.